It's an All-Isthmian League Premier Division clash in tonight's London Senior Cup quarter-final between Dulwich Hamlet and Harrow Borough. The Hamlet once again failed to record a victory on Saturday in their league game with Enfield Town, as despite an exquisite Ashley Carew free kick, they squandered the lead to draw 1-1 and make it 5 without a win. Tonight's season make 4 changes to the side as File, Beanie, Abrahams and Chambers all come in. Harrow also failed to win on Saturday, losing 1-0 at the Metropolitan Police to leave them 18th in the table. Steve Baker's side have never reached the final of this competition before, and he makes 2 alterations from Saturday, with starts for Jonathan Bale and Sar Kaba. Dulwich have won the 2 league games between the sides this season. Can they complete a treble and set up a home semi-final with Balham? His fault. Teeing up Carew for the early strike. Minter with the save. And gets there at the second attempt, or has it? It's a corner. Well, Carew has scored in both games against Harrow this season. Dulwich's first chance this game, almost bringing them an early goal. Scored a sensational free kick in North London earlier in the campaign, and then a penalty in the league game at Champion Hill. Ferguson, it's a nice turn. Wide here to Michael Chambers. Ferguson again on the overlap as Abrahams. First time cross is deep. And Alassani's headed over. Wonder if he could have got a call from Clunis, who's coming in behind him. Half a chance that for Reece Alassani. Couldn't direct it goalwards. He could have scored 3 or 4 at the weekend. Chambers, he's given that away. Heavy touch. Knows that position. Abrahams has dealt with the original threat of Moore. Cabba can't jink his way past Weatherstone. Dulwich hold firm that wall of green. Carew sends that one long. What a ball that is. Alassani. First touch is pretty good. Needs some help now. Alassani, what a goal that is! His goal drought is over. Made by Carew, finished by Alassani. A goal of real class. And Dulwich have the lead in the 14th minute. His 18th goal for the club. And his first since New Year's Day. Carew with a lovely ball over the top. Alassani's first touch was exquisite as well. Just stopped the ball dead. Wriggle free of the defence. And he's fired it past Minter. Second corner for Dulwich this evening. Carew with an in-swing at this time. Including offering his services for the short ball, should he choose him. Carew in. Weatherstone's missed that completely. It's a bit of an air kick from Weatherstone. Foul. It was tricky. Didn't release it quick enough though. Cumberbatch. Moore comes inside. That's a lovely pass. Clunis has been caught out of position here. Here's Banya, saved by Edwards. Harrow's first chance of the night, and Edwards makes a good save with his leg. Dulwich exposed there, Clunis not tracking back. Banya said he's a winger by trade. Usually far more advanced in his wing-back role that he's playing in tonight. Couldn't beat Edwards there though. Clunis is also down the line. Here's File, who's used. Back with Sanchez Ming. Clunis has to go back to Beanie. Everything's ticking over nicely so far, Beanie. Carew forward. File, good turn. Does he fancy a shot on goal perhaps? Yes he does. Takes a deflection, it'll be a Dulwich corner. Well, he's good from that sort of range, File. Scored a few goals from distance this season. It's Leatherhead and Greenwich Borough spring to mind. Great finish at Harlow back in August. He hasn't scored since Halloween. Clunis to Ferguson. Up against Banya. Back inside with Naran Clunis. Early cross. Awkward one for Prady to try and clear. And volleyed across goal. Abrahams arriving and Moore knew the Dulwich number 3 was over his shoulder and clears to the corner. Carew floats that one in. Minter punches well. It's come for Beanie. Referee said no foul on him there. It's Carew's second ball in. Minter slightly stretching. Does well to hold on. Well, Harrow will be disappointed they didn't get a free kick in the first instance, but it comes to nothing. It would have been a controversial goal if Dulwich had made something of that. There's Michael Bryant. Banyard covers some distance with the ball. Here's Moore. up against Clunis. Shot to his left foot. It's not far over. I think Edwards was pretty comfortable there. So he can strike a mean shot with his right foot. Not bad on his left either by the look of it. Really powerful drive from the fullback. Clunis. Turn of pace coming on the inside. Linking up with Alassani. Clunis again. Lovely footwork. Excellent build-up play from Dulwich. Lovely flick by Alassani in the midst of that. Minter with a good save like Edwards produced at the other end. Made himself big. So deny Clunis a goal. Pretty. Looking for more here. Can bring it down now. Having won the first header. Behind Brian with his pass, and it's come for Alassani, and he can spin away from Howard Hall. Up against Preddy now. What can he do here, Alassani? Needs to lay it off perhaps. Goes down. Referee has given a penalty. Foul by Preddy. Alassani came inside him, just tugs back. And Carew has a chance to score in the third game against Harrow this season. Dulwich have scored all 4 penalties they've had this season. Carew scoring all of them. He gets to double figures for the campaign here. Up against Minter. Yes, he can. Emphatically done. Usually the way Carew goes, nice and high with his spot kicks. 5th penalty he scored this season, 10th goal of the campaign. Dulwich midfielder scores in back-to-back games. And Dulwich do have a 2-goal lead after 32 minutes. It's rare to see him miss one in truth. Finishes high beyond the goalkeeper. Need to employ a few more ball boys. Tanash Abrahams to take the throw. Carew. Abrahams again. Foul. Clunis, nice touch. Ferguson. Clunis going to get to the return pass. Yes, he can, eventually. Is there a cross for him? Yes, there is. Foul arrives. Didn't strike it cleanly. Had so much space. If he'd known there was no one around him, maybe could have taken a touch. Great positioning from the front man. Misdirects his shot though. Excellent work from Clunis just to keep that alive. The pullback found his teammate in space. Couldn't apply the final shot that he needed. Mark Weatherstone. Back from Carew to the Dulwich vice skipper. He had to get there first. Ferguson, quick football from Dulwich, and Clunis is in behind, and he's got players making their way into the penalty area if he can cut it back for one of them. Yes, he can. Here's Carew. It's 3. Carew at the double. And this time, a Naira and Clunis cutback is finished by a teammate. Foul on Alassani being picked up in the box. No one saw the run of Carew. Behind them, sweeps home his 2nd goal in 7 minutes. Only his 2nd goal he scored from open play this season. Ferguson with a touch around the corner. Clunis turning on the afterburners. Lovely cutback. Just saw him out the corner of his eye perhaps. And Carew sweeps home number 3. More nutmegs Abrahams. That's a nice bit of skill. He's got the legs on Carew. Can centre. Oh, it's into the side netting. Moss is always dangerous. Couldn't quite sneak that inside the near post. Harrow could have done with that going in just before the break. Give them something to build on in the second half. So close from the former Hamlet man. Dulwich with an early free kick. Here's Ashley Carew will take it. 2 goals for him in that first half. Can't find a teammate. Was dealt with by Howard Hall. Sorry, by Jonathan Bale. Alassani scored the first goal tonight. To his right is Foul. Slips through a pass to Clunis. Early centre. Too much on it to find Alassani. Had to go first time, Clunis. Anything slightly softer may well have been picked up though Well, the arriving number 9 is Bale. One ball forward. Moss controls on the chest, linking up with Cabba. Ming had slipped there. Cabba's able to go on. Here's Moss just inside the area. Poke wide for Banya. Back with Moss again. Cole. Brian. Can control. Lewis Cole again. Oh, that's actually more, my apologies. More as he did in the first half, shoots over with his left foot. They're not frightened to go for goal from distance. I think it was the game at Rogers Family Stadium earlier in the season. He went for goal from a free kick from some 35 yards out and came really close to scoring. Walking a bit of a tightrope. Having been yellow carded at the end of the first half, has had a couple of challenges since then. Sees Quay Taylor come on. Kenny Beanie, his captain, appreciating that. Safety first approach from his vice skipper. Bell forward. Brian. Inviting Moore to get past Abrahams, he's done just that. Poked onto Moss, first time shot. Blocked by Weatherstone, Moss is in possession again. Brian. Feigns across and comes in on the inside. Still Brian, opened up for him. Too much as he tried to bend that towards the top corner. Too high and too wide. A glimpse of his skill there, Michael Bryan. Big fan of his. One guy's hard to come by since then. Begg's first involvement for him. Good challenge by the skipper Kenny Beanie. Brian though for Harrow. So as not to cross. Moore. Weatherstone's not going to get there ahead of Lewis Cole. Back with Brian on the wide right position. He's going to try and... I thought he was going to try and shoot again on his left foot. It was a feigned reverse pass instead, and that's drilled in. Didn't waste in the end. They did have a lot of bodies forward. There were 5 in the penalty area. But not the best outcome there for Harrow. Clunis. And again, Naran Clunis is in possession. Has he broken free? No, he hasn't. He does win the ball back though, via a slip. Trying to release Boachi Yadam. Ferguson determined to get there. Boachi Yadam, edge of the area. Darts into the penalty area. Across the keeper, Minton with a good save. Clunis is there. Dulwich still keeping the move alive. Beanie strikes a distance. What a great goal that is for number 4. The skipper has his first goal since October. And Dulwich's number 4 gets goal number 4 of the night. I think Minton may well have got a touch as it found its way into the far corner. Well, actually, Adam's shot was saved by Minton. The Harrow defence went to sleep then as Clunis was allowed to steal in. Ball found its way to Ming, kept it alive, just teed up Beanie nicely arriving. Thunderous drive from the skipper and it's 4-0. Dulwich well and truly into the semi-final 4 consecutive years. There's O'Connor. Haul to the ground there. Too wide, I think, to go for goal. Does he fancy it still? 3 in the middle. It's going to be more instead. He will go for goal. That's a fine effort. Well, that's goal of the night. I said he came close in the game at Harrow in the league earlier in the season with a free kick. That's a tremendous goal from the right back. And that's got applause from all round the ground, Dulwich fans and Harrow fans alike. George Moore with a real stunning strike. Thought it was going to be the left foot of Cole. He stepped away. Moore rifled that into the top corner.
Number 2, George Moore.
Green. Al-Hassani and Boachi Adam ahead of him. Chance to stretch his legs though, Nathan Green. Couple of step overs. He fancy a go for goal. It's tipped wide by Minter. Not sure whether it was destined for the bottom corner or not, but Minter felt the need to make the save. First corner Dulwich have had in the second half, I believe. Ferguson swings it in. Green tries to get up. Bit of a scramble. The ball's come into the arms of Minter. I think it was Boachi Yadam who got the final touch in there. Difficult one. I think he was on the deck. Just tried to flick it on. Spooned up into the air to Minter. It's Green who put the run in there originally. I'm not sure who flicked it towards goal. Harrow could spoil the party a little bit with a couple more goals. Dulwich will think against giving away free kicks 30 yards from goal. O'Connor. Another attack building here, and Edwards has to make the save and gets the loose ball. Quick release from the goalkeeper, who's spilled the original shot. First time pass, Boachi Yadam down the line. Trying to turn inside of Bale. Surely that was a foul. No, says the referee. Preddy coming forward now. Scored in the last round. Sean Preddy. He'll try and find a second goal here for Harrow. Coming inside, just got away from him in the end. Boachi Yadam. Referee didn't give a free kick to Dulwich with a handball by Bale. Dulwich have the ball. Alassani turn away from Hall here, perhaps. Clunas on the outside. 3 up in this attack for Dulwich. Clunas is going to come in, maybe go for goal on his right foot. Yes, he has. Good save by Minter. That ball was travelling. That's a really good save. Strong fist by Melvin Minter, who's made a few good saves tonight. Keep the score down. Moore. Had a couple of pot shots from distance before scoring tonight. O'Connor. He's given an advantage, but actually Adam decided not to go for the ball. O'Connor again. Sort of a wild swing by Taylor. O'Connor can cross. It's headed on, and Edwards backpedaling with the save. It was Banya trying to loop it in towards the top corner. Clunas is quick here, and look at him take on Papera. It's unlucky there, Clunas. Papera's cleared it against the Dulwich man. We'll see a couple of minutes for injury time. We've had 6 substitutions in this half. Here's Banya. Over the top goes O'Connor. We get a second perhaps. Anthony O'Connor steadies himself and does score. Dulwich concede late on. That will be a real annoyance for the Dulwich defence. Nothing they could have done about the first goal, but O'Connor given too much space in behind there. One ball over the top, and O'Connor racing through. The 6th goal of the season as he steadied himself nicely there, composed himself before finishing beyond Edwards. Just 4 minutes of injury time, so we've had nearly one of those already. Another chance and distance outs for Beggs. Preddy trying to get in. Made something of that, then that would have been a real nervy end. High boot. Ming knows all about those, as he was caught there. He's coming on. Does haven't really got the ball forward as much though in the second half, in truth. Banya. Challenged by Ming. Pass forward finds Boachi Yadam. It's blocked off Ming. Alassani might have robbed that off Hall. That's poor play from Howard Hall. Alassani. Across it comes. Clunas for 5. Block Clunas again. Still Clunas. And he can't add. Dulwich's 5th. And they can't quite believe it. Oh, good job, Dulwich are 4-2 up. It won't matter too much in the grand scheme of things, but would have taken him to 98 for the club.
It's only because Hall was trying to keep it full on.
Inside by O'Connor, score of the second goal. That's the full-time whistle, and Dulwich put their place in the semi-final of this year's London Senior Cup. A fairly comfortable win in the end, although Harrow scored 2 late goals to add some respectability to the score. Dulwich were 3-0 up at half-time. A 14th minute goal from Reece Alassani, a ball forward by Ashley Carew. Well controlled by Alassani, composed himself and finished past Melvin Minter. Dulwich then scored 2 goals in 7 minutes, both from the right foot of Ashley Carew. First, the penalty after Alassani was fouled by Preddy in the penalty area. Carew stepping up, finishing high beyond Melvin Minter. And then a cutback from Nyron Clunis found Carew for the third. Into the second half we came. And Dulwich took their foot off the gas somewhat. They did score a 4th goal though, after a bit of a sloppy bit of play in the Harrow penalty area. They went to sleep, didn't pick up the run of Nyron Clunis. The ball eventually fell to Kenny Beanie, who hammered home number 4. But then goal of the night came from the right boots of George Moore. Tremendous free kick from the Harrow right back, finding their top corner. And then as the game entered injury time, Anthony O'Connor off the bench made it 4-2. But it's Dulwich who advanced to the semi-finals for consecutive years, and they will take on Balham here at some point in the future. Final score at Champion Hill in this London Senior Cup quarter-final is Dulwich Hamlet 4, Harrow Borough 2. It might not be as important as getting 3 points in the league, but how important is a win tonight just to get back to those winning ways?
We haven't won in 5 games now, and it's good because we're in a semi-final. We beat a team in our league convincingly, and yeah, everyone played well, put in a shift.
And it's good obviously to get 4 goals in the game, get a bit of confidence going forward again, because we missed a lot of chances at the weekend.
Yeah, we missed a lot of chances, and yeah, we're confident now. We're going to go into that on Saturday against Wingate, Byron, yeah.
Yeah, good win. I thought our first half performance was very good. We had a good balance about us, went forward really well, and some of our football was good. It was good to get the goals as well to seal off some good approach play.
Certainly pressed high in the first half and really got going very early on, didn't let them settle into the game at all.
Yeah, definitely. I thought we obviously attacked well, passed the ball forward and was really positive. But Mamadou in attacking areas was very, very good. He ran off the ball well and joined in with the 2 forwards really well as well. I thought Reece was lively, took his goal really well. Nathan looked after the ball really well for us as well.
And the 2 goals we scored, the 3rd and the 4th goal, good run from midfield as well from Kenny and Ash.
Yeah, definitely. I thought Ash got forward a few times in the first half. I think probably because the ball was stuck for longer periods in their half. He was able to run off his man a few times. It was unfortunate with 1 shot where the keeper done well, and then the second time he scored. We know he's got that type of quality. Kenny, we always want to encourage to get closer to the box because he can shoot really well with right or left foot. He took his goal really well as well.
What do you think you did differently tonight that you maybe haven't done in other games? Is it just maybe get a strength, a grip on the game early on? Was that the main thing?
I think getting early goals. We haven't got that like early goals from the start, so just killing off a game in the first half, which was really good, and shutting up shop.
Another couple of positives as well. Tanasha getting 60 minutes under his belt first game in 2.5 months, and also Mohamedou hasn't played too many minutes recently, another hour or so for him.
Yeah, definitely. I think we took Mohamedou off as a precaution really. Got a yellow card and looked like he could be close to maybe getting a second. So we basically took him off as a precaution, which was a bit of a shame because he was doing okay. A few bits of naivety in his play, but quite exciting as well.
And T as well?
Yeah, good T. I think T's been very consistent for us this season. It's really unfortunate that he's got his injury when he did. We're hoping that he should be okay for Saturday. But we know we have to manage his injury and see how we go for the long run.
I think the plan tonight was just to get 60 minutes and yeah, just take it from there. So,
how did you find it? Do you think you put in a good performance? Did you feel a bit rusty? How did you feel?
A bit of both. Some good passes. I gave it away at times. But yeah, happy to get 60 minutes. I haven't got 60 minutes. I haven't played football in 3 months, so I'm just happy to be back and just to contribute for the team.
Is this the sort of result you need going into what will be a tough game against Wingate and finish it at the weekend?
Yeah, the last time they beat us, they played well, and so we just need to focus. It's going to be a tough game. Like last season when I was playing for them, it was a tough game as well. So just focus really.
Over the Christmas period, we were very good at scoring 3 and 4s in consecutive games. I think in 4 consecutive games we scored 3 or more goals. So tonight's win hopefully breeds some confidence going ahead to the weekend.
Yeah, I think we know that we've got a lot of goals in us as a group. We know that. We've been a bit unfortunate with the way games have gone in the last 4 or 5 games. We've still should have scored more goals in those games and probably won. When you don't score and the result isn't positive, obviously it has a negative effect on mentality, etc. But No, I think we know what we can do and we don't start worrying too much. The season's a long season, you have good points, you have bad points.